What's good, people? What's going on? How you doing today? It's my third time recording this week. I'm kind of killing it. I'm killing it, dog. Yeah, man. So I've been sitting on this video topic for a minute. It's been requested a few times, I want to say. People always like, oh, what's your opinion on this? Like, yo, Jay, you should talk about this. And it's just like, I kind of wanted to do my research a little bit on this. Like, ask people questions, see what people say, and then go from there. So today I'm going to discuss dating double standards, and it's not just for the women. I'm also going to discuss some that men experience.
Let's fucking have it.
Right, so let's get into it. Some double standards when it comes to dating. I'm going to consult my notes a lot for this because, well, so one of the things that I got sent a message of is there's a lot of women who set standards and then they're labeled as shallow by men who cannot achieve those standards. And I would just say when it comes to that, if a girl has outlined what she wants, if she said, you know what, I want a man who's this, I want a man who's that, like, don't show up to the show if you ain't got the energy for it.
It's facts! It's facts! It's not facts. These facts are not facts.
If a girl's like to me, I want a guy who's 6'1", I'm out the race. I'm 5'11". What the fuck am I gonna do for you?
He said, "Big off stick on the steel."
Like, I'm gonna be like, cool, that's your thing. I respect that. I'm out. Like, if a girl was like, oh, I want a guy who's muscular, and some skinny guy comes along, it's like, what are you doing? What are you doing right now? Like, you're not. No, just stop. Like, you ain't that guy for her. But I feel like a lot of people just kind of feel like, oh, you know what, this person's attractive to me, and you know what, I can go for it. But it's like, bro, it's got to be a two-way street, man. Like, she's got to be attracted to you. She's got to like you. If she don't like you, just bop, just move, just skedaddle, bruv. Skedaddle.
On with you, bitch ass niggas. Y'all niggas can't be around here no more, dog. Skedaddle. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fucking moving, dog. Skid fucking daddle. Get the fuck out.
But I will say though, the double standard in that is, okay, cool. Women want to set their standards for dating. That's perfectly fine. Like, you want a guy who's this, you want a guy who's that, you want a guy who's who drives a Porsche.
I'm finna whip this hoe.
Makes like 6 figures. But why is it when I turn around and reverse the question and I'm just like, oh, okay, you know what do you have to offer? There's instant offense to that. Like oh, you know what, like, I got good pussy. So?
Bro, what? Huh? Bro, what?
Listen, I don't care how good the coochie is. It is not even trying to come close to this kung fu grip right here. It's not trying that. You have your standard. It can be respected, but respect the standards that men set as well. Like, if I'm like to you, I don't like fat things. There should be no offense in that. There should be no, oh, you're fat phobic. Oh, you're demonizing the female body. But it's like, women can turn around and be like, okay, cool, this guy's fat as fuck. I don't want him. I want a guy who's fucking ripped to shit. And it's just like, where's the balance? Where's the balance? Like, I'm going on the app. I'm going on Barclays. I can't see no balance. I can't see the balance. I don't understand why men's standards are such a problem. Like, I remember I saw this post on Gram, and it was this woman who, I'm not gonna lie to you, she was looking rather scrumptious. Like, if Janae wasn't on my mind, this woman would have been. She was fine as fuck, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. She was fine as hell.
Shit, here I go like mystical. Bitch, you bad, bitch, you built like a testicle.
I have to follow her on the gram still. But yeah, she was looking nice. And then I saw the comments. So I was like, you know what? She looks nice, but I'm curious to see what people are saying. Like, I want to see if men are as toxic as people want to make out. Like, oh, like, I'd drink her bath or I'd sniff the bottom of her shoes. This is like some weird shit like that.
You what?
So I went and I looked at the comments, and it was just women bashing this girl. Oh, you set an unrealistic standard for beauty. And it's just like, well, she ain't. She's living her best life. She's doing her thing. She's going gym. She's doing well for herself. Like, I feel like as a society, we are a lot more disingenuous than we want to let on. Like, people want to act like, I'm happy that this guy is like looking this way. Like, I've had it myself with people like, hey, this guy's like, he's big, man. Then it's just the whispers of, he's probably on steroids. Like, it's just like, no. Like, I work hard for my shit. Like, same way this woman's probably worked hard for her body, and it's just like, nah, you're demonizing her for what? What are you getting out of that? Like, why are you putting her down for? I understand, like, okay, cool. There's some man out here who will say heinous shit to women. like disgusting things to women. It's things that I would never even think to say. Women say way worse things to women, in my opinion. Like, women will demonize women a lot more for stuff like that. But I'm getting off topic. So moving on to the next one. I'm going to try to cover this very vaguely because I don't want to offend anyone. But there's some people of certain religions that will turn around and say, my girl needs to be a virgin, but they're out here doing the most.
Very sorry, and I apologize for the inconvenience of me not giving up.
That double standard, I feel like, is just stupid because, okay, cool, it's nice to have someone innocent. It's nice to have someone who's not been touched by anyone. Bit overrated, in my opinion. Nani? I'm going to tie 2 points into one. So with this one, it's just like, I don't understand the double standard of, okay, cool, I get to go and do whatever I want, but the woman has to kind of just take a back seat. It's like, bro, what? I'm not going to lie. I want my girl experienced as well. Not to the point where it's like she's getting kill streaks on Call of Duty. Like, I don't need her hitting nukes or anything like that. That's 25 bodies, by the way, just in case you didn't get the reference.
Tactical nuke ready for launch. Tactical nuke incoming.
Like, I don't need my girl having some mad body count, but a little bit of experience is nice. Like, I at least know how to. Let me not say that. At least,
Coronavirus!
Let me just move on. Like, I don't want my girl being. I don't mind my girl not having a lot of bodies on her record, but at least have a bit of experience about you. And I'm perfectly fine with that. But I feel like the standard of, oh yeah, you know what, I want my girl to be innocent but a freak is such an oxymoron. So where it's, like I said, I'm going to go on the Barclays app and try to see my balance because I'm not seeing any in this dating life, bruv. Seeing no balance, bruv. Where's the scale at? Where is the scale? I'll just say with that though, it's, if you're one of them guys who are out here whacking everything, but then expecting your girl to be innocent, grow the fuck up. Like, just grow the fuck up, bruv. Like, I get it. For certain religions, it's like, you know, the girl has to be a virgin or whatever. But then again, you're supposed to be a virgin as well. So I don't really see where one is really outweighing the other. Like, it's kind of, that shit weird, nigga. That shit weird. It is a good one, and I'm sure there's a lot of people that want to hear this, is women who sleep with men casually are constantly thrown under the bus, but men who do it are praised. I feel like I'm going to speak on like my own perspective on this. I don't really care. Like, for me, it's like, okay, cool, you want to do your thing, that's fine, do your thing. Not really too bothered by it. Although I will say, and I'll be honest, like, I'm not going to lie, like, I don't sleep around a lot. So for me, it's like, I wouldn't want my girl being someone who out here trebling my body count. Like, that's a bit wild. Like, it's not going to do anything for me knowing it anyway, because let's talk about this body count thing. Let's discuss this. So you're insecure at this thing because she slept with too many men. But then again, the question is, what's too many? Like, oh, she slept with a bunch of guys. What is a bunch though? Like, technically speaking, anything over one is technically a bunch. So it's like, oh, so what? She got two bodies on her record. Like, now what? No, what? You just throw it away? Like, what?
It's a big of stick on the steel.
What? Some of you men are just making no sense to me, you know? Like, listen, you man want these freaks, but don't want to handle the freaks' past. It's like, okay, cool, you don't have to. You shouldn't have to handle anyone's past, but I'm just saying, if your girl has been passed around more than the ball in Prime Barcelona's team, then you might want to be a little bit concerned about that. You might want to be wondering, like, has she whacked anyone that I know? Because that's my thing, is like, you can do your thing with whoever you want, but as soon as it's someone I know, I think I'm out. As I say, I know I'm out. To me, it's like, I don't like someone having something that's mine.
You're too close, man. You're too close, man.
It sounds mad possessive, and I'm not trying to make it sound like that, but there's no real way I can help it. But for me, it's like, when I have a girl that no one knows about, or no one that I know follows, or no one that I know chats to, for me, it's like, yes, bruv. Man's did it. Man's made it, bruv. I got the ting. No one knows about, bruv. I got that. Secured that. I'm in love with that. Anyways. One day, Janae. One day. I know it's gonna happen. Like, when I've got that, it's like, okay, cool. It's like, I know no one's like been near it. But when it's like a girl who I'm seeing Like the squad following. Some girls out here loving the crew after 24 hours.
Jesus Christ. Fucking hell, man. I'm finished.
Yeah, I don't really want that girl, you know. I think I'm good. I think I'm blessed, you know. Like, I don't need no one loving the crew, bruv. I don't need that. I don't need that. It's wrong for me to think that way. I don't think it is personally. I just have my preference of what I want my girl to be like. And that should be respected. The same way some girls do not want a guy who is readily available for every girl. I feel like if a woman wants to talk about, you know what, like she's been getting laid out or whatever by a next man, it shouldn't be anything other than, okay, cool, that's a great story. So what's for lunch? It shouldn't be anything apart from that. Like if you, like, I've got female friends who tell me about their sexual experiences. I'm just like, okay, cool, like do your thing, like get it in. Do whatever you want. It don't matter. Like we'll joke about it. Like I'll be like, oh, you're such a hoe, man. Three man in a week. I don't care. Like for me, it's a joke. Like the same way they'll turn around and bust similar jokes back to me. Not about to throw myself under the bus and say anything like that. But you know, we're moving it. But I'll just say like, there's no need to be kind of moving like, oh, you know, these girls need to be innocent for man. These girls need to be not talking about that. Like, bro, I'm not gonna lie to you, but any girl who talks about that to me, you are fucking winning, bro, because I'm not, you're saving me the time. You're saving any girl who comes up to me and is like, you know what, Jay, I'm looking at you, I'm feeling you, let's go. I'm like, you know what, I like that attitude. Let's book that travel lodge.
You what?
Bruv, I don't understand like why you wouldn't want that. Like, I get it, you don't want a girl who's been out there for everyone. You don't want a girl who's been loving the crew either. Like, you don't really want that. You get me? You don't really want that. You get me? But it's like, I don't feel like, okay, if the girl's a hoe for beating bare man, there's men that are hoes as well. I just feel like when it comes to that, men give a lot less of a fuck about being called a hoe than a woman does, because other men calling men hoes, we just take it as, oh, you're just hating. When women call other women hoes, that is, you've seen Worldstar. You know what it's about. Girls out here getting sharky and that. Like, it's long. It's wild.
That shit hurting.
It shouldn't be the case. I'll just say that them same girls that are out here praising their man, like, yeah, you know what, you whacked that thing. And then they're like, to their girls, like, I can't believe that you let him whack. Like, shut the fuck up. This stop. There was one I got. I can't remember who sent this in, but it is very interesting. Is men being afraid of women's sex drives. It's like, oh, what's good with that? What's going on with that? Listen, if the ting is on it, I am down. I am so down. And I'm calling her a ting because I don't know their names individually, all right? So don't come at me with that in the comments like, oh, he's objectifying women. Like, suck a dick.
You have the wisdom of dirt.
Yes, you. Go choke on some kale chips or some shit. Like, I don't, what the fuck do people like that eat? I don't know. But, I would just say, like, for me, if a girl is, like, on it, like, she's, like, texting me 11 o'clock at night, snapping me a little, you get me? Like, she's sending me that, and then she's like, yeah, you know what? Come through. Listen, I'm rolling through 10 times out of 10. I could have work the next day. And for context, I wake up at 4:30 for work. I could have work the next day, and I'm still rolling through. Because to me, it's like, why not, man? Like, it's quite nice. Like, for me personally, I don't like stush girls. I don't like girls that are bare moving like, oh, you know, I would never do that. Like, oh, sucking what? Taking what? No, that couldn't be me. I could never do that. Like, no, shut up. Shut up, bruv. Like, I just moving mad with it. Like, no, man. Stop lying to yourself. I feel like girls who talk about that kind of stuff openly are a lot more genuine than girls who lie about it, because I feel like the girl who lies about it probably has a lot more skeletons in her closet than the girl who's being honest with it. That's all I'm going to say about that. But
Sin, that's called motherfucking bars, nigga. You know nothing about that.
I will say about that, though, is it's all well and good that women can talk about their sex drives and talk about, you know what, yeah, you know, I can go all night and end up disappointing and having some stiff leg. Hey. But it's a bit mad how men get demonized for it. Like, men are considered thirsty for talking about it. Like, oh my God, like, why is he talking about that for? Like, I didn't ask about that. Like, oh, he's so thirsty. Like, he's so hungry for me. And it's just like, I just said good morning. I haven't gotten to that part yet. Like yeah, like, the meat is up, but you don't know about that yet. But yeah, I'll just say when it comes to discussing those kinds of things, there should be no judgment from either side. People can do what they want. We live in the 21st century. We live in 2020. Like, people can do whatever they want. You can date whoever you want. Wary if you have a double standard, and try to correct it, man. There's no point being like, oh, you know what, my girl needs to be like this, my girl needs to be like that. And then it's just like, okay, but your girl can't be like that because you're moving like, I don't like that. Like, you want your girl to, like, here's my thing with it, yeah, and I'm gonna make a video about this, is a lot of men want their housewives to be hoes, but they don't want a housewife a hoe. And then like, oh, you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. Yeah, you can.
You what?
You really can, because you're trying to turn your housewife into a hoe anyway. All you're really doing is just working backwards. Like, okay, it's a lot easier to turn a hoe into a housewife than turn your housewife into a hoe, because the hoe is already willing to do the things that I like to please me. Whereas my wife is more like, oh, you know, like, we gotta kind of warm up into it. Like, I don't know if I like that. We should stop demonizing hoes, man. Hoes are necessary for society because they know what they like. I love hoes, man. I just don't pay them.
This is Vase on Love, and I love hoes. I just don't pay them.
But yeah, I'm out in a bit.